talking to Micky Collins after the 0-0 draw against Hythe on Tuesday night. A goal is our first 0-0 draw of the season, Micky. A fair result from your point of view?
Yeah, I think so. I think on the balance of play, I think they've had a couple of good chances. We've had a couple of good ones, and we've not taken them, and neither have they. And then it was a bit huff and puff from both sides. It was like neither side wanted to give a quarter, really. And I thought second half we probably had a little bit more of the ball. First half was quite wide open, and yeah, it was just one of those games that it was going to be either a really good goal or a defensive mistake that wins it. And did either team deserve to go and win it? Probably not on the night.
Couple of chances at both ends, but Patrick Lee saving the first half proved very important.
That's a great save, very reflex. It's not far out, and he saved it with his feet and knocked it away. And they're the moments in games that turn, and then all of a sudden, we go up the other end, and Whitnell does the same. He spins in the box and shoots, and if it's another foot to the left, it misses the guy's foot and goes in. But you know what? That evened it up, really. And then, as I say, I just thought it was a bit huff and puff, and I thought both defences probably take the credit tonight. And it was quite a tight game, and both teams were feeling each other out and whatever. And but yeah, it's a clean sheet. I take that. And it's another game we haven't lost. I think it's only 1 in 8 now that we've lost, so it's not too bad.
You won down there 1-0 back in September, but things have changed a lot at Hythe. I think only 2 of the team that were up against us then were in the starting lineup tonight. Shows you how they've changed things around since Steve Watt went in earlier in the season.
Yeah, and I knew he would. And to be fair, you've only got to look at their results. They've been incredible and a great run of it. And probably their last 2 games is a 0-0 or 1-1 Saturday, against Herne Bay, and then a 0-0 with us tonight. They're probably the only points that they've probably dropped over the last few weeks because they've been, winning every week. So we've got to take some positives out of that. I know their league position might be a bit further down, 11th or 10th or whatever it is, but when you're on a run like that, it's a team in form. And if they keep that going towards the end of the season, they'll push right the way up there. So we knew it'd be a tough game tonight, and we had a game plan, and the guys have stuck to it. We just, unfortunately enough, we haven't created enough clear-cut chances. So, you know what, it's one of those nights you come away, and again, as I say, it wasn't a defeat.
Losing Frankie so early in the game was a blow. What's the news on him?
Hamstring, and we don't know how bad. He's never had a problem with that one before, so it's just tightened up, and it might be just precautionary, and we'll assess it Thursday and see if it's a long-term effort or whether it's not. But he's done the best thing, and he's come off, and he said he could feel it pinching. So, you know what? And I thought Kingy done well when he went on. I thought he grafted really well, and he caused them some serious problems. And he got the 2 booked because he couldn't cope with him. And and another night he might have got himself a chance, and we might have nicked the win.
And we saw our first glimpse of Liam Gillies, the new signing from Whitstable, got a run in the second half. You described him on Saturday as an exciting prospect. What do you like about the boy?
For his age, he's miles above it. When you look at him, he's a very young lad. But actually, when you see him, he's clever. He pulls into pockets of space, gets on the ball, and then he looks for a pass, and he's already made his mind up. He's thinking ahead. He's a very, very mature footballer, as I say, for his age. And we've liked him. And to be fair, he probably couldn't show what he could do at Whitstable. No disrespect, but with a pitch down there, it's very difficult, and they don't really play for their midfield. So, you know what? It was a move that he wanted. We brought him in, and he's proved tonight. He's gone on there for 25 minutes or whatever it was, and he's got on the ball and he's passed it, and he's created them some problems and got in some great spaces, and that's exciting. I like that, and hopefully we'll give him a portal to be able to get on the ball and play some football and get noticed.
And just a word personally about you, your 400th game in management tonight. You haven't celebrated it with a win, but looking over those 400 games. You've been involved in football a long time. Nice little milestone as the one against Guernsey was earlier in the season.
Yeah, and do you know what? You look around and you think it's unbelievable, and you know what, you don't do it on your own. You know what? Even though I might take the plaudits, it's my 400th game, but it's also Julian's 400th game because he's been with me since the start. And my good mate Johnny Wilford was here tonight as well, and he's been with me. He was with me at Erith, and then he was here with us, and he's not with us no more. But Bourne, Groomy, all the people that help over the years, they have to take massive credit. Because even though I manage it, they help massively behind the scenes. And, I've been at 2 good clubs, and I've been lucky to be successful, and I've been supported. And I never dreamed I'd manage 400 games. I never dreamed it. And when I think I only played 245 as a player because I packed up at an early age. And when I took over at Erith, I thought, do you know what, I'll probably have a year or so, and then 3 years in, and then we're another 6. And you look at it, and I just said to Louis on the way here, it's probably 2 more seasons, and I'll be over 500. And it's great, and it's been good. You know what, and I've kept the record, and that's the bit I like it because it drives you on. You know what, I've lost 101, and I've got a great percentage of win ratio, which, you know what, just to keep a job in management these days is hard enough. But I've enjoyed it, and I enjoyed what goes on here. You know, that's the difference. I think if you turn up and you get no enjoyment out of it, stop. Whether that's playing or managing or whatever you do in life. And I've loved it, and I still love it, and I still get excited about it, and I come here tonight and try and pick my wits against a really good manager and a good team, and that's what it's about. And yeah, it's great, and it's a great achievement for the club that I've done 260 odd games here now, and probably the longest serving manager. So yeah, I'm proud of it, but I'm also proud of all the people that help, and I'm immensely proud of the players, that's for sure. Looking
back, when you were a player, did you believe you'd make it as a manager?
Never in a million years. And the thing was, I packed up, as I say, early to run my business, and you know I was playing a decent standard, and I stopped, and I thought I'd just have a year out, and then I never watched a game for 12 years, and then funny enough, I got asked to play vets football, and then I got back into it, and then all of a sudden I'm playing for Era from Belvedere, and then John said to me, look, we need a manager, have a go, and to be fair, I was terrible initially. And then I've ended up with the highest percentage win ratio they've ever had from a manager. And it was the same with us in the Bostic last year. We lost our first 5. So listen, managing's all about adapting, but it is tough. I don't think people realise the hours that go in. I know my wife does, and I've got to be thankful to her for supporting me and my sister, my daughter as well, Lauren, because she's the same. You know what? They have to give up loads of stuff for us, and I'm lucky now. I've got Lou with me, so that takes a bit of pressure off. But it is tough, and it is hard, and to stay motivated when you're not playing well or things are going against you. But you just have to keep your head down. But I've got great support here with the guys, you know, Paul and all the directors and that, and they look after me, and that's the most important thing. And no, I've enjoyed it, and there'll be more to come, I'm sure.
I haven't pre-warned you about this question. Who's the best player you've managed in your time?
Oh, do you know what? That's a tough one, and I think hands down would be Simon Osborne. And I never saw him in his prime when he played for me, but just the glimpses, he just was a quality player, and you could see Premier League, you know, and free £1 million transfers. He was quality, but I've had some great players through the years. I've had some great goal scorers, you know, probably Andy Constable's a standout, you know, and there's quite a lot of them that have come in, and you look, and Tom Ripley at the moment is a standout for me. He's fantastic stalwart for the club. And you get loads, and you know what, it's nice when all of a sudden you get to a milestone, and then them old players that have left or you got rid of or whatever happens, you know, are wishing you well, and that means an awful lot, because you know, there's some rubbish goes on in football at times, especially non-league, and but they're nice kids, and it's nice to see them go on and have their lives, and I keep an eye on them and make sure they're all good, and that's how it should be, you know, and it is difficult now for someone to manage 400 games. It's difficult for a player to play 400 games, and so no, I'm immensely proud of it, and I'm immensely proud of the fact it's here, because I love the club, and I've always said that, and you know, it's my home really, so it's not a stress for me. It's just it's an everyday occurrence, and tomorrow we'll crack on and work on Whiteley for Saturday, and it'll be put to bed, and that's it, and we'll be on 401 Saturday, and away we go again. And just finally, a word about players. You mentioned Louis, again missed out tonight. What's the news on him? Just again? Totally precautionary again. He came on Saturday and worked his socks off for 10 minutes to help us out defensively, and he just gets a bit of a stiffening in the knee. It's nothing major, and we're not concerned about it, but we've just booked him in to see someone on Thursday. We're just going to get a second opinion on it, and then once that's clean and good, then he'll be off and running, because he's been training on it perfectly all right, and it just seems it tends to stiffen up after a game. So it is purely a precaution, and hopefully he'll be all right, and we can kick on then, and he'll finish the rest of his season. And what's the news on Bradley Schaefer? I haven't seen him involved now for over a month. Is it a problem that's continuing to dog him? Yeah, I think it's a long-term thing, and Brad had it when he came to us, and then he aggravated it, and then he aggravated it again, and I think we need to get to the bottom of it, and he needs to, and I don't think he has yet. He had some positive news on it a week or so ago, but you know what, we haven't seen him at training yet, and so he's obviously still bothering him. So you know, we need to get to a position where once he identifies the problem, then you can move on and assess it either way. And I don't think we've done that yet. And it's the same with Ben the goalie. You know, Ben's long term. He's going to have an operation on his knee, which obviously we didn't foresee early on. And that's what happens to us. We get one back, and then all of a sudden, you know, Frankie goes down tonight, and it's difficult. But you have to just keep plodding, and you know, it's part of my job is to work hard and bring people in. Congratulations on the milestone. Sorry you didn't get a win to celebrate, but let's go again against Whiteleaf on Saturday. Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for your support.